We're here in Goa at the drive event for the Volvo XC40 T4 Petrol, and I'm here with Mr. Charles Frump, Managing Director of Volvo Cars India, to talk a little bit about the car and a little bit more. Hi Charles, nice to see you again.
Hi there, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. And well, right into it, tell me about the new XC40 T4, the petrol. It's packaged really well. It's got a lot of content in it, but you've still managed an aggressive price. How is that possible?
I think we are very proud of this car, right? I mean, starting from the global launch, and it's won the European Car of the Year. It's the first time that that Volvo's won that prestigious award. It won the India Luxury Car of the Year. I mean, it's really something that's a big pride point for Volvo Car India. I think now we're coming in with the petrol version of it. I think it's in this segment we see sometimes that there's some price sensitivity, and we wanted to come in with a car that gives us a good entry level position. So 39 lakhs I think is a very strong position for this car.
Absolutely, but the key takeaway here is petrol now. It's shifted to petrol only. Is that something you do as a necessity for BS6, or is it also you see where the market is headed in terms of preference?
Yeah, we definitely see that there's a shift in the market globally from diesel to petrol. If you look at our company in general, we're going forward, we'll be producing petrol versions only. So this is a direction that we're heading, and we thought, now this is the right time to start bringing in petrols. Up until this point, other than our plug-in hybrids, we've been an all diesel lineup. So we're starting with XC40, and then looking out into the future when S60 comes, we'll be looking at bringing that in petrol as well. And then over time, we'll be looking at in more of our high-end vehicles. We'll look, depending on market need and market want, we'll be looking at phasing that in as well.
Fantastic. Now you said S60. This is a car that's very exciting to us as petrol heads, and one we've been looking forward to. Well, when can we expect it, and what can we expect from it?
Well, this is going to be another fantastic car for us, and especially now in this past year, we've phased out the old model of S60, and everyone is very much waiting and anticipating the new S60. Big segment in India, and we're looking at bringing this car then in before the end of the year.
For the end of the year, understood. Now, if I can bring it back just a second to BS6, as you said, majority of the Volvo range in India right now is diesel, and BS6 is right around the corner. Where is Volvo poised for BS6, for the big move very soon?
Well, first and foremost, the XC40 that we're launching today is BS6 certified, so that's good to go. And then we'll be making an announcement shortly on our BS6 plan, but certainly we'll be able to make it well before the April deadline.
Understood. The other thing that Volvo did big recently was locally assembling some of your models. Now, 3 of your models that you started locally assembling in a span of 12 months. How has that been going, and what plans for local assembly in the future?
It's been great. Now it's, let's see, so 18 months now we've been assembling cars in our facility in Bangalore. We started with XC90, followed it up with S90, and then also launched XC60. So now 60% or more of our volume now is coming out of that plant. We're investigating, what we've done is a car line by car line approach, and we're looking at the possibility of XC40 and S60, but right now we haven't made that move.
Okay, that's great. That's something to look forward to. Speaking of things to look forward to, you told me about S60, but what else can we expect in the near future? You've just shown globally an electric XC40.
Yes.
Is that something we can maybe see in the Indian market sometime further down the line?
Absolutely. I mean, I think globally we're looking, we've talked about having 1 million electrified cars on the road by 2025. And for a company that just this year for the first time broke the 700,000 unit mark, that's a lot of cars on the road, right? So naturally, a lot of those cars are going to have to come from all of our markets, and India will not be an exception to that. So the car, the Recharge, the battery electric XC40 that was revealed late last year, is planned to be launched now globally. Probably the end of the year-ish, and then typically what we do in India is 6 months to a year later, then we bring it to India, and we're looking to follow a similar cadence. But that's a car that we're very excited about.
Me too. Well, sticking on the new product possibilities, another brand that had a brief little taste in India and then we missed it again was Polestar.
Yes.
Very exciting. There's a new breed of Polestar coming out very soon.
Yep.
Do you think that's viable for India again, maybe?
Well, I think that it's certainly something that we need to be looking at. It's a very exciting new brand that we get a lot of interest on. So it's something that we're keeping a close eye on at the moment, but don't have any announcements today.
Fantastic. And finally, I remember before the XC40 was launched, Volvo had just claimed about a 5% share of the market, and you said it's time to grow and it will be a thing. And since then, the expansion has been just massive. You've been opening dealerships all over the place. How has that growth been, and what has the sort of tangible return been in the market, and what's next?
Yeah, last year was a big year of growth for us. We were at one point in the year we were adding a dealership per month, right? So there was a lot of demand for Volvo cars, and I think that we were, getting to still catching up a little bit to our competitors. One of the things that we often heard was, that our network wasn't big enough to serve all of the people and all the customers that wanted to get Volvos. And I think we made a concerted effort to expand that network. And now we feel very strongly that if someone is out there that wants to buy a Volvo, they'll be able to do so. And we've really reached a good critical mass that I'm very proud of the hard work that's gone into making that happen, and really a lot of the great partners that we're working with in our dealer partners have really brought up some amazing facilities that really are the epitome of Swedish luxury, and I encourage people to come out there and see them.
Oh, fantastic. That sounds like a great plan, a lot for us to look forward to, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.